Salut tout le monde, bienvenue sur Vie Croisée. En tout cas, aujourd'hui, nous recevons Gracien Onya. Donc, il est le host de OTG Podcast. En tout cas, on va essayer un peu de développer avec lui sur plusieurs topics, mais ça sera en anglais. It's going to be in English, right?
Yeah, it's going to be in English.
So,
But I do speak French too, though.
You speak French?
Je parle français.
Tu parles français? Okay. Let's do that in English then.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So, first question. Are you married?
No, I'm single. I'm very single. I'm very single.
Look, I just wanted to make sure, we have a lot of audience here, people. We're in America.
I see what you mean.
So, yeah, I just want to make sure because
Yeah.
I don't want, after the podcast, people start calling me. So I got to tell them that you're single. Right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm single.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. So tell us a little bit about your background.
My background?
Mm-hmm.
So as you said, my name is Gracien Onya. Was born in Congo. I grew up in Kinshasa, which is the capital of Congo. Currently, I reside here in Georgia, in Metro Atlanta. I moved here from Wisconsin. That's where I came from when I moved here from the Congo. So after school, because that's where I went to school. After school, I did graduate over there in UWGB, which stands for University of Wisconsin, Green Bay. I did get my degree in baccalaureate. I did get my degree in environmental engineering technology. So, and then after that, I was lucky to find a job here in Georgia. Then I moved down here in Georgia, and then that's a little bit about me. On the side, beside work, what I do. As you said here, I do have my podcast that we recently launched. It's called OTG Podcast. So in my podcast, we talk about like big and small things that connects all of us, from cultural stories and world travel to self-improvement, trends, and then stories that stick with you. So we do go cover all of those. And then since I didn't mention it, since myself, I used to be an F1 student, international student. So I know how it is to be an international student. So on my podcast, we'll be talking about some important stuff that will be covering how to handle struggles, mental health issues, how to find career opportunities, all that. We'll be covering all that. So you have to tune in as well. But yeah, that's a little bit about myself.
So you say it's the OTG podcast. So I'll ask everybody, to go ahead, subscribe, you know what to do. So what really inspire you to do this podcast?
So
you're just like, okay, for nowadays, everybody want to be in television.
Yeah.
On social media, want to be, so why really inspire you?
So that's a good question. So what inspired me to open the podcast to open OTG Podcast? So first thing is that that is now something that I'm very comfortable doing because as you can see,
you're not a television guy.
I'm not a television guy. This is like my first time to do this, and then standing in front of a lot of people and then talk. So I do have a lot of knowledge when it comes to international studies and international student. That is something that I really want to share to help the student out there. And then I've been here for a long time now. I've met a lot of different type of people that I got knowledge from as well. And then I would like to share those on the podcast. And then one of the other reasons that I chose to do this was to get out of my comfort zone of comfort.
Yeah.
This is really not what I do. I'm an engineer. Right now, I'm an engineer. I just go to work.
I feel you.
But I don't talk as much as I'll be doing now. But that's really what, I just wanted to get out there. Maybe I'll be, learning something else by doing this, and then share my knowledge that I have, and then invite people who have more knowledge, talk about it, and then discuss about it. So
that's great.
Yeah.
So you mentioned like mental health with international students.
Yeah.
So how you gonna divide yourself between those serious topic and most diverse question
So
about life and everything? Yes.
as you said, mental health is a very important topic. It's a very big topic. It's just not a kind of topic that you talk about it once and then it's done. Now, because that's something that we do deal with it on a daily basis here in US. So
Yeah, no, because a lot of people. Sorry to cut you off.
you
A lot of people, we're gonna be really interested in those topics like mental health. But if we tune in and just hear like talking about every other stuff, it's gonna be like, why you didn't only focus on one topic, but you want to embrace everything. Why?
So as far as the mental health, so as I said, it's mental health for international students because they're coming from a different culture, and then when they move here, for some of the people who've never been here, it's a culture shock.
Yeah.
So they have to adapt to the culture here and then try to get themselves around better. So what I meant by mental health is that in those colleges or universities that we do go, they have like the department that's just help students for the mental health. So what we're going to be encouraging students is to go and seek for help when you need it, because the help is there in those universities. I'm not an expert when it comes to mental health. I myself, I do deal with struggles and stress on a daily basis, but I have my ways on how to handle it because I've been through.
So what is your way?
I will share. That's another topic. Okay,
I think we're gonna go deep because this is a really very very interesting topic. Because we come from Africa. I come from Congo myself, so coming here is not an easy thing. You're gonna it's very very different than back home. So you gotta adapt, you gotta be integrated. So sometimes it's very challenging, and it causes like some mental health, and some people like they cannot really handle it. Some people start doing drugs. So I think you're an engineer now. Where do you work? You work for? You cannot say that.
Okay. Actually, it's a public information. Actually.
Okay, so
because I have it on my LinkedIn, so if you find my name, you easily able to find it. I work for the government.
Okay, you work for the government, so that means you overcome those those challenges. What advice you can give someone who's nervous to go abroad for studies?
You gotta be open to learn. You have to be open to learn.
Of course, you come here to learn. So
yeah, I understand that some people maybe
that's look. When you come, you wanna go somewhere to study. That means you go to learn. So that's kind of common thing. So.
You're right. And then what I really meant by that is that you have to put yourself out there for you to be able to to get the opportunities.
Yeah.
I understand that some people may be
to connect. So
yes,
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So you need to put yourself out there to connect, to be able to connect with people that may be able to help you. So that's really one of the things that I did when I moved in here early. So I put myself out there. With my bad English that I had before, I'm improving a little bit. My English was way worse.
So wait. Let's stop.
Wait. So worse than this.
I see. Look.
So, but I just did put myself out there, and then.
Like for the languages, I know in like particularly in Congo, we speak French. Or there's like some country like Nigeria, Ghana.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's easy for them when they move here because they speak English back home. But for us, it's a little bit different, because
big difference.
Yeah, sometimes it's the first time.
Yeah. So I have this story, not to catch you up, but I have this story that I like to share to people. Like, the first time when I moved in here, we flew to Chicago Airport, the big one, I think, O'Hare. So we went there, and then I thought I knew English because I had some classes back home,
Yeah.
I went to this center here, this English center. So I thought I knew a little bit of English, but when I came
Yeah.
here, I was
You were so confident,
I was
right?
lost. I was confident, and then when I came here, I was so lost.
Yeah.
So the immigration officer was asking me for a document I had in my hand. Because my siblings already told me to just have them, they will be asking for those documents. So I was holding them on my hands, and then they were asking me for those documents. So I thought he was singing actually, but he was talking to me. But he was going so fast that I just could not like get anything in it. But that was one of the first culture shock that I had when I moved in here.
So how about the weather?
The weather was that's another thing, because as I said, I went to school in Wisconsin, so Wisconsin gets really cold.
I know.
And then you do have a lot of snow.
Yeah.
Lucky me, when I came here, that was in August, so it was not as cold in August. But August, you were just going to December, because over there I would say you have 9 months for winter and 3 months for summer. So in December, we had actually that year that I came here, I think that was the year that they had like the worst snow. Like, what do I mean by the worst? But they had like a lot of snow. I think that was about like 8 inches of snow or something like that. So 8 or 10 inches of snow. So, but that was interesting for me too. That was my first time to see the snow. I was excited. But I already had my siblings here, so they were here, so they were guiding us and showing us around to know how to do better, to do things better.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about the school. So how's the process? Because you say you went to, you took some classes. You say you went to Cali.
Yes.
Back home. So
Yes.
Cali is like
Center.
in English center. But when you move here, I think to jump in, like taking classes and stuff. So you took some English classes.
Yes.
I guess.
So yeah, that's
And other question is like, if you took English classes, so how's the process when you took TOEFL? How did you do to really? Because if you come from a country that doesn't speak English,
yes.
so you gotta show your proficiency. So how did you show that to be able to start taking classes?
That's a good question. To start, I will start with Cali. So when I was back home, I took some English courses. They usually, the Cali, it's English center, they have 6 levels. So from level 1 to level 6. When you reach level 6, so that means you talk like you're supposed to be good in English. So I did take from level 1 to level 4, because before you come to the US, from Congo, you have to go to the embassy to do the interview. I did my interview in English back home. So because I thought I knew a little bit of English when I was back there. So, but Kali really helped me, with my grammar. My grammar was really good. I would say really good. The only thing that was having issue with was the listening, the American accent, and speaking as well. It wasn't as good, but I was good in grammar. So I did take I did take those classes. That what helped me to pass the interview, and then after that, when you move here, so for some universities, I think each university has the requirement. So for the one I went to, the requirement was to do the acupressure test. So from doing that acupressure test, from the score that you'll get from that, then they will know, okay, you may need to take an English class or 1 semester of English. Then after that, you can start your program. So I did take that, and then my score was not bad, and then they put me in the AP class. So AP stands for Advanced English courses or program. So I took that for 1 semester, and then that was just English. So they had like I think 4 lessons. They had grammar, listening, speaking, and then the other thing. So they had that. I took it for 1 semester. So the way it works is if you do good in all your classes on the AP in the AP program, so you can go ahead and start your program, like your major. So I got all A's on those. So that's why I was able to move in and then go to my program. But even if I had A's on those, I was not as ready as people who were born here because they already knew English. But I moved in and then started.
So
my
you
program.
were able to understand, to listen a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's a process, you're not gonna know everything in one
Exactly,
day. So
you're not gonna know.
you gotta
everything in one
put
day,
yourself
yeah.
right there, like you say,
Mhm.
to be exposed on people who speak English of with all the classes.
Yeah, that's what I said. It depends on the colleges or
Yeah.
universities you go to
Yeah.
because each of them they have their own rules. So some of them will require you to have that proficiency in English, to prove it. Either you can take the TOEFL test, or Accuplacer test, or there are other different type of tests that you can take to show that you are good enough for them. But some other colleges they don't require you to be that good in English. You can come here and then take the English here. If you're not that good, then you can learn here as well because they may have the program and then they will just put you in that English program. Like Greenwich College here, they do have they have their own they have their own English program.
I remember.
So you just
So-
depend on college. So when you apply for colleges, you have to make sure that you read through the
Through the
regulations
requirement,
and
okay.
requirement.
I really want you to share your story because for me, I think it's gonna be inspirational and for other people, because it's not easy to come here with student visa, and because the requirement is you gotta go to school, so and you gotta pay for it.
And then you pay like
You pay double,
or 3 times.
yeah,
sometimes the
yeah,
rate.
I know. So I know it's challenging. Maybe you come from like a very, very wealthy family, they are paying everything, or you just like, all of us who just come from a, normal family, you guys really work hard to be able to go to school and, complete your dream. So how do you do that?
Oh, that's a good question. So, but just to tell you, I don't come from a rich family. It's just a regular family, family of 8. I do have 7 siblings. But
Wow, that's rich.
so yeah, we rich because we have God.
Yeah,
He got-
yeah.
So yeah, so to go to school here, it's not easy. And then, as you say, for international student, you have to pay, twice or 3 times, depending on where you were. But as of myself, my own experience, I was lucky that I had already siblings who were here, who went to school here before I come here. So they knew how things, work here. So when I came here, they gave me a lot of tips on how to do things.
So can you share?
Yeah, I'll share things that.
So maybe you guys gotta go to OTG Podcast. We're not gonna say.
we're not gonna share everything.
Yeah,
here.
we're not gonna share everything here. I encourage you, if you have like a friend or a kid, just like
Yeah.
send him a link. We're gonna put it right there. OTG Podcast.
Yes.
Go ahead, subscribe. I guarantee you're gonna
follow us on social media as well.
You have social media
Yeah,
as
we
well.
have TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah, so go ahead, subscribe. You gonna okay. So don't share everything, but just
Yeah, I'll share like the main thing.
main thing. Yeah.
So so as I said, when I came here, I already had brothers or siblings who gave us some tips because I came here with my sister at the same time.
Okay.
So to go to school here, it was not easy. So we had to find our way around because we were rich, having God, but as far as money-wise, back home we were good enough, but we wouldn't be able to support. My parents would not be able to support all of us, being 8.
Yeah,
You know,
that
just now and then school here
Yeah.
per year, you can pay up to 30,000 just being for one person.
Yeah.
So back home,
That's
to
a lot of
have
money.
that money, you gotta work for the government or
Yeah.
be like a businessman or something like that.
Mhm.
So, but I'm grateful to have what I had as parents and siblings because they shaped me around. So what I did was mainly working and go to school. So
So how did you get a job? Because the requirement you cannot work like outside the college. So
so
the college job it was enough